Deep within the uncharted heart of the jungle, 5 friends set out on an adventurous expedition. Mia, Sam, Jacob, Layla, and Ben. They were seasoned explorers, united by a bond that had been forged over years of shared adventures. But the jungle, mysterious and ancient, had secrets even their strong friendship couldn't prepare them for. As the sun dipped below the thick canopy, casting long shadows, they set up camp near a small, murky river. Layla, who had always been fascinated by local folklore, shared a legend she'd heard from a nearby village. "There's a story about this jungle," she began, her voice low. "It's said that those who come here with impure hearts, or who have hidden grudges, never leave. The jungle, it feeds on betrayal, on unspoken hatred between friends. It turns them against each other." Ben laughed nervously. "Sounds like just another ghost story to me." That night, strange noises echoed through the darkness, whispering leaves, rustling branches, and distant cries. Mia couldn't sleep, her thoughts haunted by the tale. She glanced at her friends, peacefully dozing beside the fire, but something felt off. The jungle was watching them. Around midnight, Sam woke up with a start. His eyes darted around wildly. "Did you hear that?" he whispered to Mia. She shook her head, but couldn't ignore the growing unease gnawing at her. Suddenly, they heard Jacob's voice from the shadows, though he had been asleep moments before. "Sam, Mia, over here. I found something." His voice sounded distant, almost distorted, like an echo not quite his own. Cautiously, Sam and Mia grabbed their flashlights and followed the sound into the thick foliage. But when they arrived at the source of the voice, Jacob wasn't there. Instead, they found a stone altar covered in vines and old carvings, radiating a cold, eerie energy. The whispers grew louder. Behind them, the snap of a branch made them whirl around. Layla stood there, her face pale, eyes wide. "Something's wrong," she murmured. "I can't find Ben or Jacob." Suddenly, the jungle felt suffocating, as if it had come alive. The trees seemed to lean closer, the vines swaying in unnatural ways. The whispers turned into soft, mocking laughter. As they hurried back to camp, they found Ben and Jacob standing motionless, staring blankly into the darkness. Their expressions were twisted, not quite human. "You shouldn't have come here," Jacob said, in a voice not his own, the jungle now speaking through him. The jungle had awakened something ancient, something malevolent. It was feeding on the cracks in their friendship, on the small, hidden grievances none of them had ever spoken aloud. Old arguments resurfaced in their minds, amplified by the jungle's power. "Run!" Layla screamed. They fled, the jungle closing in around them, but it was too late. The jungle had marked them. The deeper they ran, the more they lost their way, spiraling into a maze of trees and shadows. The laughter followed them, as did the strange, twisted versions of Ben and Jacob, now hunters for the jungle. Mia, Sam, and Layla could hear the whispers in their own heads now, trying to drive them apart, sowing doubt and paranoia. By morning, only Mia was left, standing alone at the edge of the river, staring at her reflection. But even then, the reflection didn't match her face. It smiled back at her with a cruel, knowing grin. The jungle had claimed her too, and the whispers of broken friendships continued to echo through the trees.